Hey everyone, welcome back again to my channel. Today's video is going to be about quitting caffeine and giving up my coffee addiction. This is my personal experience and I'm sharing with you sort of why I decided to give up coffee and eliminate caffeine from my lifestyle. I never really thought about ever giving up coffee because I loved coffee. Coffee was life. For me, coffee was the reason and motivation behind getting up in the morning, going to work. It got me energized, it got me going. It was kind of my ritualistic habit that I enjoyed. I loved the smell of coffee. It got me motivated to do my job and it got me out of bed. I lived for coffee and I started drinking coffee, I would say in high school, I think is when I started drinking my usual like 1 cup of coffee every day. And then it went on throughout college, and then definitely I needed my coffee fix every time I went to work. So I was a coffee addict. I definitely needed my cup of coffee in the morning, otherwise I would get a headache. I made my coffee at home. I'd make a strong cup of coffee. I only needed 1 cup. Sometimes in the afternoon I would drink some tea, but on Fridays was kind of my treat day where I would go to Pete's Coffee, my favorite coffee place in the world. They make the best coffee in my opinion. And I would get a medium cafe au lait and I would get it with either soy milk or almond milk, and I'd get an extra shot of espresso. So I wanted that big jolt of energy in the morning, and it just got me feeling amazing for the rest of the day. My personal decision to eliminate coffee was actually pretty easy for me because I experienced a lot of side effects. Now, normally you would not really experience these things, I think, if you're only drinking a cup of coffee a day. But for me, I noticed that I did have some effects and I never really correlated it to caffeine. I just thought, this is my body, this is how it is, and I'll just have to live with it. So I had heart palpitations, which would not be so frequent, but it would definitely be once every week or so where I would have heart palpitations or heart fluttering. And I always just thought maybe it's stress related. It wasn't linked back to coffee. And I would get headaches in the afternoon or evening time. My sleep wasn't good at all. I would wake up throughout the evening. And some mornings I would wake up with a headache and just not feel refreshed or energized. Again, I thought that was totally normal. What else would I experience? I would say my mood would be up and down throughout the day. I definitely had a crash in energy in the afternoon. I was more irritable and more sensitive, so I felt like I was not really in control of my emotions. So the decision to give up coffee was kind of like a no-brainer after, experiencing all of these different side effects. I just figured maybe I should cut that out from my diet and see what happens. And I personally went cold turkey with quitting caffeine. Now, I know that some recommend to give it up like gradually, like doing a full, your full cup of coffee, your normal size, whatever you have, and then the next day you do 75% caffeine, the other 25% is decaf, and then you go the next day with 50-50, then the next day is 25% caffeine, the other 75% is decaf. And then you just kind of wean yourself off from caffeine gradually that way. But for me, I decided to completely go cold turkey, cut it out. And yes, the side effects and withdrawal symptoms are pretty strong and you will feel like crap for about 4 to 5 days or even longer. But I feel like when you cut caffeine cold turkey, you can start finding alternatives to what you like and what you enjoy to replace that kind of ritual a lot faster as opposed to doing it gradually. So for me, I immediately substituted my coffee to green juices. So I would have my green juice in the morning and that would give me my boost of energy. And then when I was having headaches in the afternoon, I know this is bad, but I did rely on Advil to cure my headaches, or I would just go to bed really early. Yes, the withdrawal symptoms suck and you just have to power through it. It does require discipline, but I can't tell you how much better I feel without coffee. I feel so much more relaxed. I feel calmer. The biggest upside for me has been my acne. My skin is so much clearer now and my quality of sleep is amazing. I feel like I get a good night's sleep almost every single night. I get in around 8 hours, sometimes even 9, and I feel like I don't wake up as many times as I did with coffee. Some other things that you can substitute for caffeine would be, like I said, green juices or having some fruit in the morning to keep your body energized. You can also substitute with herbal teas. Some herbal teas that I actually purchased, these are herbal teas by Ticino. Now, I got a whole bunch of these herbal teas that taste like coffee. These are all organic and they're non-acidic, so they're not harsh on your stomach. So these are something that you can try. You can also try other herbal teas like chamomile tea, green tea. I really like and just discovered matcha tea. I did do research into some of the negative effects of caffeine, and that also really helped me with making my decision and kind of sticking with eliminating caffeine from my diet. Another big reason was I was desperate to get clear skin. I was willing to do whatever it took to get clear skin the natural way, and caffeine does release stress hormones in the body, which is obviously not good for getting clear skin and eliminating inflammation from the body. So I would really look into possibly cutting out caffeine if you are experiencing any of these side effects. If you will feel like you're more irritable during the day, you're not able to control your mood, you're more anxious, if you have any anxiety problems, if you get headaches, if you want to get clear skin and get rid of cystic hormonal acne, I would consider cutting out caffeine. And for me, it was like a personal experiment, and I feel so much more calmer and more amazing now, more like not relying on a substance, like a stimulant to get my energy. Now I can rely on food to sustain me and to keep me going during the day. You know, if you're really not sure of whether caffeine is an issue or not, you can definitely try it, give it a couple weeks and see how you feel. But if you feel like, hey, you know, caffeine doesn't make me feel, you know, this way and I'm totally fine with caffeine and I sleep great, then by all means, you can still have it in your diet. I've now switched over to, like I said, green juices. I love my matcha lattes from time to time. So that's kind of my story about why I quit caffeine and giving up coffee. I would love to hear sort of your tips and suggestions on how you've done it. If you are caffeine free, I would love to know your story and how you know, you've replaced your caffeine ritual with something else. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.